He unified a fractured nation, built the longest wall in human history, created an army of 8,000 soldiers, made entirely of clay, then burned every book in China, buried 460 scholars alive, and drank Mercury believing it would make him immortal. Tonight we enter the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, the man who created a nation and terrorized it into submission. This is not a story of heroes. This is a story of absolute power, and the price an entire civilization paid for it. 259 BC, the Warring States period. China is not one nation. It is 7 kingdoms tearing each other apart. Qin, Chu, Zhao, Wei, Han, Yan, Qi. Constant war, endless bloodshed, centuries of chaos. Into this world is born a boy, Ying Zheng, son of the king of Qin, or so the official story claims. Rumors spread immediately. Some say his real father was Lu Bue, a merchant, a commoner, a schemer who manipulated his way to power. The boy grows up surrounded by intrigue, assassination attempts, palace coups, betrayal. At 13 years old, he becomes king of Qin, but he is king in name only. His mother controls the court. Her lover, a chancellor, holds real power. Young Ying Zheng watches, studies, plans. He learns that in Chinese politics, patience is a weapon and trust is suicide. At 22, he moves, discovers his mother's lover is plotting rebellion, has him torn apart by horses, exiles his own mother, executes everyone involved. Hundreds die in a single purge. Now he is not just king, he is absolute ruler of Qin, and he has a vision that will reshape history. China will be one nation, under one emperor, him. For the next 17 years, King Yingzheng wages total war, not just to conquer territory, but to erase the very concept of separate kingdoms. His generals are brilliant, his armies disciplined beyond anything China has seen, his strategy ruthless. He doesn't just defeat enemies, he annihilates them. Entire noble families executed, cities depopulated, cultures erased. 230 BC, the kingdom of Han falls. 228 BC, Zhao conquered. 225 BC, Wei destroyed. 223 BC, Chu, the largest kingdom, obliterated. 222 BC, Yan eliminated. 221 BC, Qi surrenders without a fight. For the first time in Chinese history, there is only one China. No more warring states, no more rival kingdoms, just one ruler. Yingzheng declares himself something new, a title that has never existed before. Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor. He is 38 years old, and he has achieved what was thought impossible. But unification is just the beginning. Now comes the transformation. Qin Shi Huang understands something his predecessors did not. To keep China unified, he must destroy regional identity completely. He standardizes everything. Currency, one system for all of China. Writing, one script. Regional variations forbidden. Measurements, one standard of weights and lengths. Even cart axle widths, so every cart fits every road. This isn't just efficiency, it's psychological warfare, making it impossible to think regionally, forcing everyone to think as one nation. He divides China into 36 commanderies, ruled not by nobles, but by bureaucrats appointed by him. Loyal only to him, removable at his whim. The old aristocracy is finished. He forces 120,000 noble families to move to the capital, where he can watch them, control them, ensure they can never raise regional armies again. Then comes his most ambitious project, the Great Wall. Not one wall, but connecting and expanding existing fortifications into one massive barrier. From the mountains in the west to the sea in the east, over 3,000 miles. To keep out the northern barbarians, the Xiongnu nomads. The cost is staggering. Hundreds of thousands of workers, conscripted, enslaved. worked to death, bodies buried in the wall itself when they collapse, families destroyed when fathers don't return. The wall is built with blood and bones, but it stands, a monument to Qin Shi Huang's will and his complete disregard for human cost. But physical unification is not enough for Qin Shi Huang. He wants ideological unity. 213 BC, his Chancellor Li Si proposes something radical. Burn the books, not all books. Keep practical texts, medicine, agriculture, divination, but destroyed everything else. History books, philosophy, poetry, classic texts, especially Confucian works. The reason? These books teach about the past, about how kings should behave, about moral limits on power, about systems that existed before Qin. Qin Shi Huang wants no comparison, no alternative vision, no memory of how things used to be. Throughout China, the order is enforced, private libraries raided, scrolls confiscated, thousands of years of accumulated wisdom turned to ash. Scholars protest. 460 of them are arrested. Qin Shi Huang orders them buried alive. As an example, as a warning, the message is clear. Question the emperor's vision, and you die. The past is forbidden. Only the present, Qin Shi Huang's present, is allowed. China will have no memory except what he permits. But even as Qin Shi Huang controls everything, he cannot control one thing: death. He becomes obsessed with immortality, sends expeditions to find the legendary Penglai Mountain, where immortals supposedly live. Hundreds of young men and women sail east to find the elixir of life. They never return. He consults alchemists, magicians, anyone claiming secret knowledge. They tell him Mercury is the key, liquid metal, silver that flows like water. The essence of immortality. He begins taking mercury pills, drinks concoctions containing mercury, believes it will transform his body, make him eternal. Instead, it poisons him. Slowly, painfully, his behavior becomes erratic, paranoid, violent, unstable. He conducts inspection tours of his empire, but the tours become more frequent, more secretive, as if he's running from something or searching for something he can never find. Simultaneously, he begins constructing his tomb, not just a grave, an underground palace. He forces 700,000 workers, convicts, slaves, conscripts, to build it. For 38 years, an entire replica of his empire. Underground, with rivers of mercury flowing through it, representing the rivers of China, a palace where he will rule forever. But Qin Shi Huang knows something. Even if he achieves immortality, he will need an army in the afterlife, in this life, always. So he orders something unprecedented, an army of clay soldiers, life-sized, individualized, armed, 8,000 warriors, 130 chariots, 670 horses, each one unique. Different faces, different expressions, different armor, arranged in battle formation, ready to fight in the afterlife. The detail is staggering. Hair braided individually, mustaches carved one strand at a time, armor showing rank and unit, weapons real and functional. This is not art. This is military preparation for eternity. The terracotta warriors are placed in massive pits near his tomb, but not inside it. They guard the approaches, an eternal garrison, waiting for their emperor to wake. And when the construction is finished, the workers are sealed inside, all 700,000 of them, to keep the tomb's secrets forever. 210 BC, Qin Shi Huang is on another inspection tour. He is 49 years old. He has ruled for 11 years as emperor, transformed China completely. But the mercury is killing him. In the summer heat of eastern China, he collapses, dies in his traveling palace, far from the capital. His ministers face a crisis. The empire is fragile. His heir, his youngest son, is weak. If news spreads that the emperor is dead, rebellion could erupt immediately, so they hide it. They place the emperor's corpse in a sealed carriage, continue the procession as if nothing happened, but summer heat causes the body to decay. The smell becomes unbearable, so they load carts with fish, rotting fish, to mask the smell of their rotting emperor. For 2 months, the imperial procession continues, everyone pretending the emperor is alive. Finally, they reach the capital, announce his death, install his chosen heir, manipulated and controlled by the chancellor, and begin the final construction of his tomb, sealing it with everyone inside. Qin Shi Huang believed his dynasty would last 10,000 generations. It lasted 15 years. 4 years after his death, the Qin dynasty collapsed in civil war. But his legacy endures. His tomb remains sealed to this day, 2,200 years later. Chinese archaeologists know where it is. Ground-penetrating radar confirms the Mercury rivers. Ancient texts describe the booby traps, crossbows set to fire at intruders, rivers of mercury vapor that would kill anyone who enters. No one has opened it. No one dares. The first emperor still guards his own tomb, but his vision succeeded where his dynasty failed. China remained unified. His standardizations, writing, currency, measurements, persisted. The bureaucratic system he created evolved into Imperial China. The Great Wall he expanded became a symbol of Chinese civilization. So who was Qin Shi Huang really? A visionary who unified a nation and created Chinese identity? Or a tyrant who burned books, buried scholars, and enslaved millions? The terrifying answer is both. He proved that empire building requires ruthlessness, that unification demands erasure, that creating something new requires destroying everything old. He built a nation on bones and ashes, and that nation became one of the greatest civilizations in history. His clay army still stands guard, waiting for an emperor who will never wake, a monument to immortality, built by a man who couldn't escape death. Qin Shi Huang died 2,200 years ago, but his tomb remains unopened. His clay army still guards his underground palace. His legacy still shapes modern China. So I ask you, was Qin Shi Huang a builder or a destroyer? A unifier or a tyrant? The father of Chinese civilization? Or its first totalitarian dictator? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to explore more stories from the empires that shaped our world, where vision and brutality merged, where power came at any cost, subscribe to Dark Ages Chronicles. Because some rulers build nations, and some build tombs. Qin Shi Huang built both.